This is lesson 2. So again, how to learn Haitian Creole as a second language. The first step was to figure out how to pronounce correctly the letters or the combined letters of the alphabet. Now we know that when it comes to learn a language, there are different objects, plenty of different things such as preposition, adverbs, interjections, conjunction, pronouns, all these small things. And it sounds complicated to get into the technique, the mechanism of the grammar. But let's take a high level view, very simple. When we look at the sentence in Creole, it's almost the same as in English or French or Spanish. It is a SVO language: subject, verb, object. For instance, we say I see you. Moi, we, ou. Moi, we. Or I am learning Creole. Subject, I, moi. I'm learning. Present progressive, apprendre, and the object is Creole. Creole. M'apprendre Creole. Very good. So we need to keep that in mind. 3 different parts in the sentence. The subject can be a noun plus an article, right? For instance, we say a car, a book, or the car, the book. Or it can be a pronoun, it, he, she. That's a pronoun that replaces a noun. So when we look at the article, we said the car or a car. So we have definite and indefinite articles. So basically, most of the time, the subject will be a pronoun or a noun with an article. Of course, we can make it much more complicated. We can add an adjective, a nice car, and that will be part of the subject. Then we'll have the verb, and in this third lesson, we'll look at the key verbs: to have, to be, to give, etc. So the verb, and then the object. Again, the object, it can be an adjective, it can be a pronoun, it can be an article plus a noun, and we can make it much more complicated, of course. But for the purpose, our purpose, which is to learn this language, we want to make it simple, right? So the subject is going to be a pronoun or an article plus a noun. Today, we are going to look at the articles and nouns. So, the article in Creole is kind of tricky, not difficult, just tricky. In English, the article we know the, and a car, the car, definite and definite. So, the remains the for singular or plural, and a is only for singular, and there is nothing for plural. Cars. A car, and then plural is cars. Same thing in Creole. We'll say yon machine, a car, and then if we want to say cars, we'll say machine. So very simple when it's indefinite, and like in English, the indefinite article will be placed before the noun. Yon machine, a car. Now, when it's definite, this is the tricky part of it. It's not placed before the noun, but after the noun. And on top of that, it will change depending on the ending of the noun. If the noun ends with a vowel, the article will be a. A. This is a for the. in Creole if the noun ends with a vowel. Now, you remember the nasal sound? For instance, garçon means boy. We want to say the boy, we'll say garçon, garçon, on. Since we have on at the end of the noun, then we are going to use on. And now, we have another kind here, another possibility. When the noun ends with in, and, on, all these kind of sounds, well, it will be no. For instance, woman, a woman. If we want to say a woman, we say une femme, femme. If we want to say the woman, we'll say femme, femme. And for the rest, it will be la. So, in a when the noun ends in a consonant, that will be la. Watchtower is to the gad in Creole, and the watchtower will be to the gad la. It ends with a D, therefore the definite article will be la. So, for the definite article, singular, it will be, to translate the, will have 4 different situations: a, en, non, and la. Plural, easy, it's always you after the noun. So if I want to say the cars, it will be machine yo, machine yo. So definite, indefinite, singular definite, singular plural, and then we have only yo for the singular in case of indefinite. So let's look at a couple of examples. So here we have some nouns, right? Noun in Creole is non, N-O-N, non. So man is garçon, woman, femme, uncle, tonton, aunt, ma tante, brother, frère, sister, c'est, notebook, cahier, computer, computer, chair, chaise, bicycle, bécane, hand, main, head, tête, heart, quai. Now, if I want to say amen, what should we say? Yon garçon, a woman, yon femme, an uncle, yon tonton, an aunt, yon ma tante, a brother, yon frère, a sister, yon c'est, a notebook, yon cahier, a computer, yon computer, etc. We just has yon before the noun. Now, if it's definite, which means we want to say the man, well, now it's not before the noun, it comes after, and it depends on the end of the noun. So we have 4 possibilities. We have a, en, non, and la. The man, garçon, en. It ends with therefore the article is en. The woman, femme, non. It ends with the M sound, femme, then it's non, femme, non. The uncle, tonton, nasal sound, tonton, tonton. The aunt, ma tante là, tante. It ends with a consonant, T. Therefore it's là, ma tante là. The brother, frère, this is a vowel, e. Therefore it's a. The sister, sœur. The notebook, cahier. The computer, computer. Now, the chair, chaise là. The screen, écran en, nasal sound, écran en. Then bécane, it's an N sound. Same thing with thumb, M and N. Then it will be no, bécane, the bicycle. The hand, main en. The head, tête là, the heart, care. So, what we have to keep in mind for the definite and indefinite article, it's kind of a matrix. So we have definite, in English it's the, right? Definite, the article goes after the noun. If it's singular, we have 4 different situations, depending on the end of the noun. It can be a for a vowel, en, non, and la. And sometimes, in some areas in Haiti, they will replace non by lo and la by lan. But to make it simple, if you stick to that rules, you will be always right. Then plural, definite, the cars, machine yo, always after, but there is only one possibility. And then if it's indefinite, a car, a book, a chair, yon chaise, yon cahier, yon machine. So we can keep this in mind. Definite and definite. After the noun, before the noun. Singular, plural. So again, we need to understand this rule, especially for the definite article, when it's singular, a, when the noun ends in a vowel, en, when it ends with a nasal sound, non, ending with a N or M sound, and la for the rest, most of the time consonants. Remember, subject, verb, object, and today we saw, well, a noun, it comes with an article, and we have 4 different situations. Thank you very much. Next lesson, we'll go with the key verbs that we need to use to make a sentence.